Hello students, today's video is for CS students again, and this video is also dealing with file handling, but it is an advanced version of my first video in which we just understood what is a file and how are the input, output and open close functions works with the file. So in this current video I will tell you few questions that comes in the pre-board exams, how to solve those questions, and let's get started with the practical first. So today's video is only for text files. I will not take binary files today, and specific questions I am going to tell you, and those questions are very important because in your exams such questions are going to be asked. So let's start. It's practical. I will take a file, and the file name I am going to take is, let's say, ABC is the file name, and I just go back and check whether I have that file. Yes, ABC file does exist in my system. So first of all I am going to delete this file because I want to create a new one for you. So here I want to create the file, so I will open a file in write mode or append mode. So here the name of my file I want is ABC. I need not to give extension. I am just creating a text file here, so I will not write T or B because default is text file only. And one more thing I would like to tell you, that if you want to open a file in both reading and writing purpose, so you can simply write a plus symbol here with W. W is for writing. If you write plus, that means you can perform both reading and writing purpose functions with such files. Now for this example I am just working with writing operation, so I gave the mode W. W is for writing mode. I have opened the file. I want user to give me data, and that data I will store in the file. So for user data I will use input function. So let's take a string from user input, enter some text, or you can give any message that you want, and that st which I just took from the user, I want to store that st object to my file. So I will write f dot write st. This is the string which I took from the user with input function, and that string will get written in the file. After that I am closing my file. I have closed the file and just run it. Now check whether the file is created. There is an error. There is an error. Input. Yes, input. I wrote input. Okay, so input. Here I have to enter some text, so let's write some. This is an example of text file. Okay, so this is what I want to enter in the file. Now let's check whether the file is created in my directory. You can see ABC file is created here, and that file contains the text which I wrote for the input. This is an example of the text file. So my current function is writing some text, and that text is taken from the user. This is how you can write into a file. Now suppose I want to ask user to keep on adding data till he says no. For that I can create a loop. Let's take the example. I am creating an infinite loop here, and inside that loop I am inputting a text from the user, and then I will write that text into the file. After that, I will ask user whether he wants to add more to the file. So I will take another variable and ask for input whether he wants to continue. Okay. If user says no, then there is no need to continue the loop. If he says yes, then another input is to be taken and that input will be stored in the file. So I am going to check whether the user is saying no. If he says no, then I will break the loop because it is an infinite loop. So I have to write a condition to break the loop. So I will write here that if the C, this character, if this C is equal to, let's say, n, if user says n, then I will break the loop. Otherwise the loop will keep on asking for the data from the user. So let's run this program, enter some text. So I am writing the same message. This is an example of text file. Whether you want to continue, say yes. Then again another text. This is first example. Do you want to continue? I am saying no. So the program ends here. Now let's check the file, what happened in the file ABC. You can see first it wrote the first line that this is an example of text file, and exactly after that line it started the second input that this is first example. It has not inputted any new line character here because this function, write function, does not insert any new line character in the file. So if you want each line to be written in next line, so you can insert a new line character by yourself, writing it like this. This is a new line character. You all must be knowing that /n is your new line character. So let's try to run this program again. This is my text file. I want to continue yes. This is first example. No. Now I just check my file, what happened here. You can see a new line character got inserted after my first line, and then the second line is here. So this is how you can take input from the user and write it in the text file. Here I will write a code to read content from the same text file and display it here. So again I will open the file, this ABC file, but this time I will open it in read mode because I don't want to make any changes to the file. I just want to read data from the file. So I will open it in read mode. Then simply I want to read whole content, then you can simply print f dot read. This is the first way of reading from the file. Then close the file, run it. So you can see the content of my text file are displayed here using read function. Read function will read complete file, but if you write some integer inside the read function, that means it will read only first 4 characters from the file. Okay, or if I write 10 here, then it will read first 10 characters from the file. Spaces are also counted. So this is how you can use read function. Another function that I told you was read line function. If I print read line here, as the name says, read line means you are reading single line at a time. So let's say what happened. It is displaying only first line, and suppose I write the same code twice. so it will display 2 lines. Okay, so this is how readLine function works. ReadLine will read one line at a time. Another function I told you was readLines, but readLines function I cannot write it directly inside the print statement. If you write it, so the output will be something like this: readLines, because readLines function always returns list of lines. So you can see new line characters are inserted after each line, so it will return me the lines but in the form of list. So if you want to display them line by line, then you have to write this print statement inside the loop. So for that I have to write, suppose for L in app dot read lines. This statement means all the lines, the list of lines will be stored in this L one at a time, and I will print that L, because L will be my list of lines. So that means this L will contain 2 elements, first line, second is second line. So this is how you can print those lines like this. Okay, and similarly these read lines, read and read line, 3 functions can be used as per the question. Suppose the question comes to display number of words in the file or number of lines in the file or number of characters in the file. Such type of questions comes in the board exam also. So for that, these 3 types of functions plays a major role. You have to decide which function you need to use for particular question. So I will take few questions. By doing those questions you will get an idea where to use which function. So I will take first question, that is display entire content of the file. So to display entire content of the file, I need not to do much, only I have to write print app dot read. It will read whole content and display it. This is the simplest thing. Okay, now second question comes that display first line of the file. So for the first line you just need to write read line here, only one line is going to be read, so it will display the first line. Now suppose question comes, read the last line of the file. Last line of the file, for that I have to make few changes here. I will write for I in read lines, I will reading all the lines in L and doing nothing inside this loop. I am just reading, that means I am traversing all the lines till the last line. When I reach last line I will print it. My last line will be stored in I. So this is the last line of my file. This is first example. I can show you that this was the last line of my file. This is the first example. Suppose I write some more lines here. Let's get started. This is the last line of my file. Now save it. This time I run the program, so it is going to show me the last line. Let's get started. So this is how you can use read lines function for displaying the last line of the file. And another question that display, let's take this example. Total number of lines. If you want to display total number of lines in your file, so That means readLine function will help me, because I want to uh, count the total number of lines. I just take a variable and create a list of all lines. This statement will create a list of lines and store it in I. That I will become my list. So I have to write only one statement inside print, that length of this list. Length of this list will give me the total number of lines in my file, that is 3. Okay, I am also printing the content here. All contents I'm going to print here. And one more thing I require, seek 0. I will explain it to you. What is seek 0? See, if I don't write this seek 0 here, then what happens? It will give me 0. Why? Because I have used a function read in the line before this read lines. So this read function will read a whole file, and my file pointer will be at the end of the file. That means when I display the number of lines here, this statement will read nothing, because my file pointer is at end of the file. So after using this seek function, what this seek function do? It positions your file pointer to some position. So if I write 0, that means it is moving the file pointer to the beginning of the file, to the 0th byte of the file. That means first character of the file. That is why after writing this, the file starts reading from the beginning of the file. So 3 lines are displayed, that my program or my file is containing 3 lines of text. Similarly, if the question comes, display the line starting with a character. That character user passes you, that check how many lines are there that contains that character, or starts with a character. Such type of questions may come. So let's take that question. My question is to display all the lines that starts with T. So for that means I have to check all the lines one by one. So if you want to check line by line, then you have to use read lines function inside a loop. So I will write for L in f dot read lines. Lines I'm going to read, because I want to read all the lines in the file and check all the lines whether they start from T or not. So that checking I will do inside my for loop. Now this statement will give me a list of lines L. It will contain all the values. So for the first value I'm checking if this L contains 0th character which is equal to T, or any character which is given in the question. If it is T, then display that line. So for that, simply print L. Print that line, otherwise it will do nothing. So in my current file, I am having 2 lines starting with T. I can show you the file that there are only 2 lines that are starting with T. This is my text file. This is first example. So you can see the output is same. This is my text file and this is first example. That means only those lines are displayed that are starting with T here. Now suppose I write another letter here. I write S. So it will display nothing to me because there is no line starting with S. So this is how you can work with these functions as per the requirement. I think this much you must practice for this session, and we will discuss much more questions on text files tomorrow. So till then, practice these questions and ask the doubts in the comment section. Okay, thank you.